I thought that all had to be combined in that. If you checked on that, that's fine.
I'll ask him. Where's Richard at?
We call to order tonight's meeting of the Portland City Council. It was immediately following a work study that we had earlier. Roll call, Ms. King.
Alderman Bratton.
Here.
Alderman Callis.
Here.
Alderman Coker.
Here.
Alderman Harbin.
Here.
Vice Mayor McDowell.
Here.
Alderman Menace.
Here.
Alderman White.
All right, thank you. Next, you need approval of the agenda you have before you. Do you have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions on the agenda? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next we have 3 public hearings, and this will be for anyone in the audience who wishes to address the council on any of these ordinances. The first is ordinance 12-20, an ordinance to sever an existing contract with the State of Tennessee Benefits Administration, provider of the city's employees' health insurance, and enter into a contract with Blue Cross Blue Shield Tennessee with HRA to provide employees' health insurance benefits. Does anyone in the audience wish to make a comment to the council on this item? Okay, if not, next is ordinance 12-21. It's an ordinance of the City of Portland, Tennessee adopting the annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2012 through June the 30th, 2013. Does anyone wish to make a comment on the budget? Okay, if not, next is ordinance 12-23. It's an ordinance of the City of Portland, a municipality corporation of the state of Tennessee, creating the public safety vehicle purchase committee fund balance in order to ensure funds available for the purchase of police cars and a fire truck. You might say it's used police cars. So anyone wish to make a comment on this ordinance? Okay, if not, does anyone in the public wish to address the council for item on the agenda tonight? Okay, if not, our first ordinance is under public safety. It's ordinance 12-23. It's a second reading. It's an ordinance to create a fund balance to ensure the purchase of 3 used police cars from Belle Meade that Richmond talked about, and then what was left over in the fire department from the payments for the down payment of the new fire truck. Do you have a motion to get it on the floor?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second to get it on the floor.
Is there any discussions or questions? We have both.
I thought we were going with 5, not 3.
With a,
We already bought 2 of them. We done got 2 of them, so it'll be 5, right? Okay.
okay, I'm sorry, I was just thinking about these first 3, but it's the 5.
And this is, what we're doing by passing this is allowing us to be able to use money that was in this year's
Right,
budget.
what's left over out of the police
Move to next year's
department
budget to use for that specific reason.
Not any others, but the funds have to be available underneath this budget to do that. I think it's a very good deal for Portland. The cars we're going to be getting, it's really helped us, and I appreciate Belle Meade working with us. Go ahead.
There's a phrase in the ordinance that I'm not quite sure what it means. It's in section 2 called severability. So should any provision of this ordinance be deemed unlawful or unconstitutional, such finding shall not affect the remaining provisions of the ordinance. What does that mean?
We had, this ordinance was presented by MTask, and I saw that, but I think it means if there's anything against our local policy or anything, which we don't have, we don't address this as far as I know in local policy. So this is kind of a template type resolution they use from, is it Mr. Cross or Mr. Jacobs?
Mr. Cross.
Yeah, Mr.
And
Ralph Cross
I
was
believe this came
one
from
that-
Gallatin also, because they're doing the same thing.
And I think it means it doesn't kill the entire.
Right.
It only
Right.
kills the portion that's against our charter.
Right.
Okay.
Right, just local
Several
policy.
Parts of it can be taken out, I think. Been learned a lot.
All right, any other comments or questions?
Now, does this set up a perpetual account to do this out of? That will be a line item each year, or is this just a one-time thing?
This only is talking about this year only. If we want to
Okay.
do it next year, we'll have to do another one. This is just this year only. and for these specific things. So if he wanted like radios or different things, next year it would have to be a whole different. It's only a specific year.
Yeah, it's the phrase committed fund balance that gives me pause. And
I understand.
it's a specific thing in our fund balance policy as well, and I don't know how the two interact. I don't want to stop what's trying to be done because I think it's a really good deal. I just want to make sure that I don't overlook something that's going to mess the whole thing up. I can't see anything specifically that jumps out at me.
No, I don't think, because I think it's understanding this committed fund balance is coming from the public safety budget, so not from streets or sanitation or anything else, but we have to be specifically from that.
And it's a specific amount.
Right.
Mhm.
That may be where the committed comes in, as meaning that
What if you don't have a positive fund balance?
you don't purchase.
Well, that's not, well, we'd have to vote not to.
Right, but
Yeah.
I think Richard understands that, and Al both understand that, so.
So when will this take place? Will it be after we get the year-end numbers, or when the audits, we know how much was left over? When will that take place?
Basically, I guess, the year-end numbers, would be, of course, the three, we need to move forward with those, but the others will have to wait, so. And the commitment for the, FAR, so. But they're, well, I mean, I think, with 1 week to go, lease is 294 to the good. There's some insurances things got, so they're gonna be well over 150, and then FAR is 105 to the good right now, so I think they both are staying in real good shape.
Would that, what Tim was addressing, would that be better off in section 1 if you simply stated for the budget year of 2012,
We could do that.
2013? That way it's not a perpetual thing. Because section 1 is giving you some pause there because it says it hereby creates.
It creates a committed fund balance.
Almost like it's perpetual. I don't know if
Mhm.
if
That'd
it
be
would
fine.
tie.
We could
You
add
could
that
add
in there.
for the 2013 budget.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a motion to amend that in section 1 that we add for this coming budget year.
Okay. We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All right, any discussion on the amendment only? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now back to the original ordinance.
And
Yeah.
just the reason why we brought that up, in case people aren't aware, we committed funds in the
Right.
cable commission that time.
Uh-huh.
And once we committed them, we couldn't go back and undo that.
Mhm.
The law stated that money had to be spent regardless, so.
So we've added to section 1 for the year 2013.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not perpetual. It's not something that'll sit there year after year after year.
Just for one
Gotcha.
time only.
Mhm. And that's also avoiding something else that happened when we did our fund balance policy. We had all sorts of little accounts sitting out that had was allocated for this or committed to that, and this will keep it from kind of dangling out there forever.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next we have ordinance 12-20. This is an ordinance to sever existing contract with the state of Tennessee on an employee's insurance.
I just have to move to defer that. I don't think we
Okay.
have no other choice to do that. Move
Right.
to defer.
We have a motion to have a second.
Second.
Defer is not available. All in favor of deferring say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, we have ordinance 12-21. This is the second reading of an ordinance of the budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2012 through June the 30th, 2013. We have a motion to get it on the floor for discussion.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All right, any other discussion and so forth on the budget? We covered it quite a bit in our work study, and
Well, the citizens will be happy to know that there's no property tax increase
there's
in
no
there.
fees increase or anything in this year's budget, property tax increase, or anything at this time. All right, this does need to be a roll call vote because it is the budget of the city. Anybody have any questions? Roll call, Ms. King.
Alderman Bratton.
Yes.
Alderman Callis.
No.
Alderman Coker.
Yes.
Alderman Harbin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor McDowell.
Yes.
Alderman Menace.
No.
Alderman White.
Okay, the budget, we do have a budget, and we do appreciate all the work that everybody's put into it, and department heads, and I know everybody is ready to move on, and we've got this behind us, and we'll move forward. Is anything else before the council? If not, adjourn.